So we're back. So we just gonna get back to the topic at hand. Topic at hand is lockdowns, and the next question I have for you, Ash, is
Okay.
was lockdowns necessary?
Bro, this is a tough one, man.
Yeah.
I think taking some type of action against the pandemic itself, of this new virus that
Yeah.
just randomly appeared. I think
Yeah.
certain protocols did need to take place,
Mm.
because there are a lot of people, and they are living, close to each other as well, and it is a virus is easily transmitted,
Okay.
right? This is what we
Okay.
know apparently about this particular
Yeah.
virus. It's very easy transmittable, or even though I have heard certain professionals in the health industry, they've said that a virus shouldn't be able to survive in certain temperatures. But I digress.
Yeah.
I don't. I think certain protocols were necessary to take place, in the sense of evaluating the whole situation and moving forward from there.
Okay.
But to drag this for 2 years, that is absurd. That is just
After
mind-blowing.
having so much opinions and
Yes.
counter arguments to the to the
and
narrative.
especially all of the research that has been
Yeah,
found
yeah,
now,
yeah.
That's like the main thing that boggles my mind. Like,
Mm.
was it really necessary to drag it out so long? Did the economy that the economy really have to suffer so much before anything was proper was
Before they
done?
realized
Yeah. So
that there were alternatives, of course.
yes, exactly.
So in hindsight, you say it was not necessary.
No, I don't think it
In
was.
hindsight.
Yeah. I mean, it was necessary to evaluate the situation.
Yeah.
And maybe it was appropriate for people to
Yeah.
be, just given that awareness.
Yeah.
But at the same time, to drag it out so long, I don't think it was so. I don't think it was necessary.
Okay. And you, Mr. Dan, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with Ash. I don't think the length of the lockdown was necessary, but in order initially just to figure out what is going on for
Yeah.
people who didn't know what was going on,
Yeah.
it does seem like it was necessary. My thing about it was you just had with the lockdown just consequences that
Yeah.
that are somewhat irreversible, and
Yeah.
the more you look at the
That's true.
consequences,
That's true, no?
the more you look at the consequences, you kind of like feel, was this staged? Maybe is this deliberate? Like some of the stuff, the evidence as you look at it
Yeah.
in retrospect, you kind of feel like this could have probably been something that was done on purpose.
Mm.
And even if you think about the different variants that just came up at certain times,
Yeah.
I mean, Optimus Prime. Come on, bro.
like you had different variants coming up at certain times.
Yeah.
This one is more resistant. This one is mutated.
Beta.
The one that killed me was the
Oh my
the
God.
one that killed me was the Omarion. Yeah, that one just came out of
Omnicron, bro.
whatever it's called.
Omari.
It's literally, and it probably was the worst variant because it was just taken to be deadly or whatsoever thingy, but it was such
Yeah.
a mild form.
Yeah.
And then stuff like that make you feel like, nah, this is
Yeah.
probably
That,
people are pushing
Something's
certain
up.
agenda
yeah.
and stuff like that. So, in terms of was it necessary, like Ash said, I agree with him initially, yeah. But at a certain point, it had to come to, and there
Yeah.
were people who were talking about natural immunity
Yes.
towards the virus.
Like in year one already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously the governments were having their own tea party
Hectic.
and then deciding whatever they wanted to
Yeah.
decide, and just at times going
Yeah.
against people who were trying to bring a different
Yeah.
type of solution or way forward. So yeah, I think overall I'll give it a necessity rating of maybe 30, 40. but then the way it took so long,
Yeah.
that would be the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
Well, I can say that it wasn't necessary.
Okay.
Why? Because ever since this thing came to South Africa, I doubted the whole thing.
Yeah.
Something wasn't up. Something inside of me said, "Nah,
Yes.
something's up. Something doesn't feel right." And
Yes.
I wasn't so far into diving into all the as they call it, conspiracy theories. It ain't really conspiracy theories if it's the truth or if it goes against what
Yeah.
the narrative is.
Yes.
We should actually be scared about what the narrative is, because a narrative, if you actually go and research the word narrative, it means, I'm just going to loosely translate it.
Yeah.
It means saying something that's the same of something else. I know that doesn't make sense, but for example, it's something that someone else says, and it's what everyone agrees with. Ash, can you pull up a definition for narrative quickly?
Yeah, here we go. So, the definitions are a narrated account, a story, the art, technique, or process of narrating, or the presentation of the positions of a politician or political party in the media, as by press releases, speeches, and interviews.
See, so even in that, it sounds like it's controlled and it's to guide people to believe something.
Yeah.
Basically. So
I mean, anything political.
Yeah. I mean, just hearing those definitions, people can understand already that the word narrative itself is questionable.
Yes.
Because you need to be able to counter that argument that narrative is pushing.
Yes.
So my point is, in hindsight, it wasn't necessary. At the time, I believe that if there was no fear for it, then we wouldn't have had to go through these lockdown periods. And in any case, I know this sounds a bit dark, but people died anyway. You can't prevent death. Where was this care for all the other people that have died from car accidents, HIV/AIDS, cancer, and whatever underlying diseases that they could have had?
Diabetes.
And TB. Oh my gosh. South Africa has a problem with TB, yet not every person that contracts TB dies from TB. But TB has worse symptoms than COVID.
Yeah. And that my mother works at the TB hospital.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's Marjorie Parish. But it's crazy, man. Like, just the different type of things that we hear.
Yeah.
People are,
For example?
people are put on MRI treatment, I think. So they go on like treatment, and if they break the course, the TB gets immune to the
I heard
treatment,
about it.
you know, and
That's
it
crazy,
can
bro.
mutate into a stronger version of itself, and then it stays there, and there's nothing you can do.
Yo, it's hectic.
Yeah, so it has that ability to mutate. It's quite crazy.
No, it does. And I mean, TV's always been in South Africa, of course. They even do ads as well. But that's my opinion of do I think these lockdowns are necessary? No. In hindsight and in the beginning as well. Okay. So Mr. Dan, do you think that these lockdowns are over, or what do you think's next?
Me having been the nonchalant guy. I'm sorry. On that point, bro. Well, at the moment it feels like it's over. You never know what's up these people's sleeves in terms of what they're planning to do to gain more control and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
At the moment, I would say it seems like it's over, but then we're gonna have to check in the coming months. What are they gonna come up with again to say we need to lock the thingy down?
Yeah.
I'm not too clued up about other countries if they've completely gone off, the regulations. But that's my answer.
And you, Ash? The question was, do you think it's over?
I don't think it's over.
Oh, okay.
I think this is just part of the narrative until something bigger comes and something more worse.
Yeah.
Eventually will come, and something that is uncontainable.
Yeah.
And which will put the masses in quarantine state and So yeah, I don't think this is the end. I think this is a short break from regulations, but there is something bigger coming. That's what I think, and that's just my opinion based on speculation of how things are currently.
So people shouldn't be fooled, basically.
Yes, I think, it's far from over.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion, though.
What do I think on this matter? I don't think it's over either. What I do know is that I've been following this organization called Dear South Africa.
Oh, okay.
Where you are able to where you're able to give your public opinion on certain bills that the government is planning to push,
Yes.
and they represent us as the people in the court, and then this will be used as evidence in order to tell the judge, where the judge would have to decide in favor of the state or in favor of this entity, of course.
They label their SA as conspiracy theorists, though.
Oh wow! Are you?
That they are actually.
I don't even want to say nothing.
That is.
I don't want to say nothing on
This
that.
is from government.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
So, are you believing in a bunch of conspiracy theorists now? That are fighting for your rights?
No. I don't want to get too political in this one.
Yes.
We will get political as we go along.
100%.
But the truth is, the ANC itself, they are using obvious communistic methods. Yes. This is clearly, how do I say, a method that has been recorded by George Orwell, of course, in Animal Farm. Just by reading that book, you are able to identify the different tactics that communistic governments use in order to discredit those that they are trying to put down, and so that the sheep doesn't follow that voice.
Manipulation.
It's funny that you brought George Orwell up, because his book 1984 also, it's very.
I haven't read it yet, though.
Yeah, it's just like this notion of Big Brother.
Yeah.
And being observed and being watched and being, having all these.
Yeah, we know all these FBI agents listening in and all that.
For this guy.
We're being watched, man.
Yeah.
That's why we're gonna make it miserable for them.
They have to sit through the whole thing to get to this point. I know.
What are you doing?
And like Ash was talking about the government labeling that organization as conspiracy theorist, whatever.
Yeah.
That's basically something that
it was a terrorist group. Sorry.
They call it a terrorist group.
They called it a terrorist group.
Something the ARP would say. Don't listen to the ARP. You keep moving. That's what I'm gonna say.
So what I think on that, just as a final thought on is it over? No, it's not. There is the Health Act that they plan to amend. You can put your comments. You can go on to Dear South Africa, and then you'll find it on the webpage on YouTube, on Google. Yes, or anywhere basically. Just type in DSA. You can check it out on Telegram as well, and the link will be available where you can vote on certain topics or certain bills that the government is trying to push. You can either say yes, no, or maybe that you are for it. And this Health Act needs to be opposed, or else they will make lockdowns permanent for future pandemics. Which means
this is a prediction.
Yes, which means that they don't even know if there's going to be a pandemic in the future, or do they? That's the question. But instead, we need to get our votes in. It's the to oppose the Health Act. You need to go on to DSA on Telegram or on their webpage on Google or DuckDuckGo. Or
alternatively, you can just go on the dark internet and put a heater on these apps.
But what I will also do, I'll just put the link to that website in the description box on all of our platforms: Spotify, YouTube, and Instagram. So guys, as we are ending off, do you have any final remarks that you'd like to make about the topic for today? Daniel, would you like to go ahead?
No, cool. We covered most of the stuff I would have said. I think it's always good to speak about this stuff. Retrospectively, it always sometimes helps us move better in the future.
Of course.
This was a good topic to discuss, and
quite
hopefully more people will talk about it. Not just let it by.
And you, Ash?
I think my ending remarks would be: do your research. Do your research. Make sure you know what you believe,
Yeah.
whether it is fact or not. You need to be dwelling in deep. There's a certain narrative that is being pushed, and obviously they're gonna be on that vibe that, listen, we're telling the truth, and
Yeah.
anything else that is not conforming to this narrative, that is inaccurate. So we have to be questioning: is what they're saying true? And then we go and do our own research. We go and find these different types of
Yeah.
scientific research,
Alternative sources.
yeah, 100%. So that would be my ending remark. Just do your research and make sure that it's not biased. Come from a neutral point of view and perspective, and then actually make your decision from there. And nothing that is said and fed to you that is like on TV, free TV.
Free TV. Nothing's free in life.
There's never good news. Just think about that, guys. There's never good news. Why is there never good news? Why don't we hear about good news? Everything is just bad. Fuel prices are rising. There are people dying. People have been raped. The race agendas and all of these different things, plots and all of these different things. Let's not give in to fear. Because fear itself is false evidence appearing real.
Hey.
We're out here, man. Come on, let's go.
So my final remarks is, you have to have a source of truth, you see, and in today's world there's a lot of confusion of what is truth.
Yeah.
And the three of us, we really believe in the truth of the gospel of Jesus Christ, as well as the Bible as the whole, Old Testament and New Testament. So our truth is based in the Bible, and it's the only truth that is infallible. Is infallible the right? Yeah.
No.
Thanks guys. I had to pull that from somewhere in my bookshelf in my brain. Yeah. But yes, it's the only one that doesn't contradict itself. Okay. And that's why we are able to confidently know what is the truth if the media speaks about something, and what is a lie. So if you ever need to find out more about the gospel of Jesus Christ, be sure to drop us an email, and we will help you with that, of course. But other than that, this is the end of this week's topic. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Ouens with Opinions. Be sure to follow us on Spotify and Instagram. And don't forget to give us a like, and also drop a comment on the topics that you would like to hear next. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube as well. And that's all I have for today. Ciao.
Cheers.